Hello everyone, welcome to the recording for week 4. The discussion for week 4 is due Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. with the 3 replies due on Sunday. Do not forget your APA reference and in-text citation. You are to address what are the benefits of using cascading style sheets on a website. Specify how cascading style sheets are used on a website and try to add points not yet discussed by the class and provide specific examples. The week 4 assignment is due Sunday at 11:59 p.m. You're to complete Lab 2 project adding external and inline style sheets found on pages 356 and 357 in Chapter 7 of your text. Now you're provided with 2 files in the Chapter 7 student files. So they are the style sheet, which looks like this, and the HTML file. So you're going to add lines to the style sheet. So I showed you the style sheet doesn't have very much on it. You need to add the code to it to add style to the website. So this is how it looks now, and this is where you want to change it to. Oops. So you're also going to add a link in the HTML file, and you're going to go add an inline style to the HTML file. Okay, so you add the link to the HTML file to link to the style sheet, just like when we did the other external style sheet. Code starts with link rel equals, and it's going to go, let's see, after the title line. So here's your title line. You're going to add it after that. Then you're going to add the inline style sheet to the last paragraph of text. The code starts p style equals, and it is inserted before write us at. So in the HTML file, before this write us at is going to be your inline style. So what you're going to do for the last line is change it from this to this. You're going to insert an H1 heading tag, and you're going to insert this heading. You're going to add the image centered tables, and this is the image, what way it looks like. Include alt, height, and width attributes for the image so that your lab goes from here to here. I don't know of anything particular that you could do to make it unique, so I'm not really requiring that this week. If you think of something, great, but it's not a requirement. So you're going to submit your Lab 7.2 solution. So after you make changes to the Lab 7.2 HTML file, save it as Lab 2-7 solution HTML, and you're going to submit the Lab 7-2 styles.css file, and those in a zipped folder. This week is the midterm. It's due on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. May be only taken once. Late midterm exams are allowed until Sunday 2 weeks after the due date. No corrections are allowed to the midterm, so once you take it, that's the grade you're going to get. Study before you take it, studying the following pages. Now, I made highlights in my book, but one student told me that he couldn't see it, and I haven't heard from anyone else. So I created this little study guide that will give you the pages, and I thought I would go through the book showing you the headings, the highlighted sections. So the first one is on HTML4 about web servers. The next one is websites, site types and purposes, and there's two on this page, and that's HTML5. And then talking about HTML tags, and this is what is hypertext markup language, is the section on HTML8. Then on page HTML11 there are two highlights having to do with the World Wide Web Consortium. Then on HTML, okay, that was two. Then on HTML 38 under hyperlink elements. Then this one starts on page 62, and then I had to go to the next page. It's examples of properties. And then talking about Internet Explorer, that's on HTML 91. Then text links. On HTML 93. Using embedded style sheets on HTML 112. Then on talking about tables, so this is a continuation from the section tables, borders, headers, and captions and rules on page 163 through oh no, I'm sorry, this is on tables on 160. Then tables, borders, so see tables, borders, headers, captions, and rules. This is on HTML 163, and it is continued on to 164. This is talking about tables again. So then next we have our table tags, which is on HTML 166. So know these tags and their functions. And then images on HTML 242 or wait a minute, I skipped one. Images on HTML 234. And then client server side versus client side image maps, and that's on HTML 242. Then on page HTML 47, where it talked about the map area shapes and how to do the coordinates, so know that section. Then we have the form input controls, the different controls, their functions and remarks. Also on this page talking about text control, the size, the max length, and that's on HTML 287. Then the last two, they're in the appendix under tags and attributes. One is on the frame border equals option. The other one is no frames, and it defines the content to displayed in the browser that do not support frames, and that's on app 9. So app 6 and app 9. The one that I couldn't find was that frames can be used to replace menu lists and menu bars. We talked about frames and why you shouldn't use them. Didn't really talk about why they might be used, so that's one reason. So I hope that that will help. I will post this PowerPoint so that when you download it you'll have these pages to study, so that'll cut down on having to study quite so much, and hopefully that will help you with the midterm. If you have any questions, then please give me a call. That's all I have for this week.